everyone. Welcome to, of course, Spilling Tea and Open Chat. Nice to see all my usuals there. You already know I'm Tiffany Daniels, obviously. So today, the last 2 weeks have been a prolonged hell week. It's been nothing but back-to-back calls. Oh, goddamn 2 weeks. Oh, but it gets better. Not only did they work me with back-to-back calls for 2 solid weeks, oh, yay, I get a 3-day weekend. Except on Friday, I have to work a 12-hour shift. 12-hour shift. Only one lunch. Only one additional 15-minute break. No time to eat dinner. I work from 7 a.m. in the morning to 8 a.m. at night. And then the following Saturday, they have me working from 7 a.m. to 4:30, I believe. It's 5:30 their time. Yeah, something along those lines. It was just a whole bunch of bullshit. To say I'm infuriated is mild. Pretty mild as to how the fuck I am feeling about this whole thing. It's absolutely garbage that they're allowed to work retail employees like this. Just saying. That's my bitch. But anyways, let's say hi to everybody in the chat now that I've got that out of me. Hello, Sean B. Good to see you. Deplander, hi. Good to see you as well. HP. And you're fine, HP. It's okay. We all got lives. I know how it goes. Yeah, I got the meme, but goddamn, I'm getting back-to-back calls. All hell broke out this week, didn't it? On multiple fronts, too. I'm about to update you on that. But before we do, I want to show you all a little something that I got in my DMs. Yeah, pissed me off 6 way from Sunday. I'm going to pull those up. If I can find them here. But yeah, one of Ambi's little abuse apologists decided to DM me. Normally that wouldn't piss me off. I would have blocked and moved on. But this particular individual is a special kind of low. So let me see if I can find it here. Files. Yes, I think it's in files. See if I can find the... Hold on. I'm working on it. Let me see if I'm getting it pulled up here. Okay. I'm going to pull that back up, but I'm going to do a present first. You all got to see this shit. And my mouse stopped working. Hold on, folks. I don't got an edit button, and apparently I have to replace a battery. Hold on. It was working fine all day. Hold on. Ugh. It's been a long day. All right. Let's see if this one works. Hi, Jenny Han. I will pull up your comment as soon as I get my mouse in a functioning manner. Let's see. Are we working? Working yet? All right. I think we might have gotten the mouse working. Let's see here. Are we working yet? There we go. All right. We're kind of working. Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties. All right. Hold on. This is aggravating. I should probably done this before I started streaming. Hold on. Trying to get this working here. Okay, this battery's got nothing at all. Okay, we might have to go old school here. Yes, we want to share screen. All right, so let me show you this. Let me know if you all see it. It's going to make me pull it back up. All right. So this is the screenshot. Starts like this. This is one of Ambi's little fanboys. One honest to another. This is what convinced me that Amber is innocent. Before I thought it was mutual abuse. The biggest thing for me is that he didn't abuse her. He spent over a third of her life planning all this based on texts and evidence going back to 2012. Well, before he claimed she first started abusing him. So we already know. Tell me you didn't watch the trial without telling me you didn't watch the goddamn trial. What pissed me off is he came to me as an autistic and then proceeded to show me basically he wasn't actually autistic because most autistics know to, one, never trust the fucking media. They do portray us to be monsters, glorify our murderers as martyr parents. The list goes on. Good majority of us know we cannot trust the media. Number two, the concept of mutual abuse, we all know is bullshit. I know this because I'm deeply embedded in the community and have been for over a decade. Not to mention, I don't know what nonsensical shit he's spouting about text messages and shit, but I damn well know that those messages did not happen around circa 2012 era. That's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, but don't worry, it gets worse. Let me go ahead and pull up the second one here. Oh, sorry. That pulled up the same one. Hold on. Sorry, folks. My brain is complete mush. They also did this, and I fucking hate this as an advocate. I hate this particular tactic more than any other because it's the same bullshit that Autism Speaks, anti-vaxxers, and the people at the JRC used. Also, neither you nor I are domestic abuse experts and advocates. I don't know a single one that thinks this isn't Darvo. They love using that word against them, don't they? They love painting one of our own as a monster with, not daring to look in the mirror. She may have hit him back, but that's self-defense, not abuse. It's not abuse when she hits him first. Literally admitted in audios, she hit him first. It's there for anyone who wants to listen. Most autistics don't make claims without doing our homework first. It's just kind of deeply embedded with us. So I'm sorry, but I'm calling bullshit. But that's just my opinion. Analysis of the evidence is in the article I sent. This particular article was something that was from a particular publication that came out a few years ago saying we must stop shock treatment on children, or should we? So the same bastards that defended the Judge Rotenberg Center is the same magazine article, the same people. And I'm supposed to trust their analysis. They don't even call torture torture. What the hell do they know about abuse? They back one of the largest abusing, horrific hellscapes on the goddamn planet. They don't know a goddamn thing about abuse. I'm not going to trust their analysis. And I'm sure as hell never, ever, ever on this fucking green earth ever going to throw one of my own under the bus. That is never going to happen. Never going to happen. And never, listen to me, Emmy Stans, never fucking ever try to pull that shit in regards to me being autistic and trying to come at me with your fake diagnosis ever a goddamn again. Ever. Don't ever. Okay? I've already seen how you bastards harass, abuse, dox one of my own during the trial, no less. I watch you basically stalk her pages. You call her work trying to get her fired. Do not come into my page and falsely represent yourself as one of us and expect me to throw one of my own under the bus. It will never happen. Never happen. And if these people, they don't have any idea who the fuck they're dealing with. None. I've gone toe-to-toe with people far larger than Miss Amby's ever going to be. I've had my family threatened. I've been threatened. If I didn't back down from them, I'm sure as hell not going to back down from little teenagers who don't have critical thinking skills or a job or a life. Just saying. Now let me see the comments. Sorry about that little rant there. All right, I'm not sure how to work this without the mouse. I'm going to try and find another battery again. Bear with me, folks. Technical difficulties. This has been a difficult week. Hold on, folks. Trying another battery. Pray for me. And I'm knocking shit over. Okay, let me see. Yay, mouse works. All right, now let's get to the comments. All right. It's cool, Deathlander. I like it, and I like your name. Hi, Jen.
Hey.
Are you on there? Oh, yeah, you're there.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to connect my earphones. It just took me a second.
You're fine. Yeah, one of those bastards, they really shouldn't have.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw my comment about the ex-wife and shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Because she did. That's on record.
And she hit Rocky too.
I heard that too.
So that's on record. So, like, I don't know what the fuck they're trying to protect.
And never come at one of us in our own community and sit there and try to claim to be one of us when you're clearly not.
Yeah.
We operate off facts and evidence. I don't give a shit about he said, she said. I wanted to believe Johnny. It's true. I did. But I held myself unemotionally back from it, as most people should.
Yes.
And based it off the merits of the case. His makes sense, hers doesn't. For hers to make sense, we have to believe that he can defy the laws of gravity.
And the laws of physics, because his hand was in a cast.
Oh yes, let's not forget physics. Not to mention, like, he must have somehow magic powers that can break every single thing about fucking medicine. And she's Wolverine, right? I'm supposed to believe she's Wolverine, and I have to believe her because vagina. Really?
Like, how are we supposed to believe that she didn't bleed through her vagina after that bottle? Like, how the fuck?
And the kicker is to know that same news magazine is the same people who put out a full 3-page spread praising the parents who were fighting to keep their kid in JRC after a hospital visit.
What?
Same folks. But I'm supposed to believe their analysis that, she was abused. Like, if you can't see that what's happening to those kids is human right violation after human right violation, I can't really trust them to analyze this case.
And, oh my God, I lost it this weekend about what Ontario is doing. Like, how the fuck does it keep on getting so much worse at this point?
I don't know.
I don't know if you saw my message earlier.
Yeah, if I didn't, I'm sorry, but I've been worked like a dog, and it's only going to get worse next week.
Okay, so you want me to explain what's going on in Ontario?
Yeah, tell me what's happening.
Okay, so the teachers went on strike because they wanted there to be more support for people with disabilities. Okay, cool. But the government was like, oh, we'll just give you a raise. We're not going to support the people with disabilities. They already took it away from people with autistic needs and stuff. They did that 2 years ago. Now they're just taking it away from everyone.
Yep, and if it's anything like the U.S., like the department that takes care of people with disabilities, politicians take millions out of the budget every year. It is the lowest funded federal and state program, bar none.
Oh, they're not even giving the funding at all. They just took all the funding away. There is no funding. There is nothing.
God.
You want your kid to learn in school? It ain't going to happen. It was bad when I was in school. Now it's just 10 times worse.
This is kind of pertinent, and MSN pretends like our abuse and trauma doesn't exist. They don't even acknowledge our financial situations exist, HB.
Well, don't even get me started on that shit.
They shut down programs that are basically already only running on a whim, a prayer, some Band-Aids, and duct tape. To give you a MacGyver analogy. And they take more funding every year, the few places that still have services.
Ontario is just holding together by tape and glue at this point. That's all we got.
But nobody wants to, do news stories on these types of problems. No, we care about Kanye. Can I speak on behalf of my stepmother, who would probably say a little something like this? Why would I care about the opinion of a goyim?
What do I care about a fuck that keeps on freaking out every 2 minutes?
Yeah, no, she's not Gen Z. She's an old school New York Jew. Like, nothing offends her. She said more along the lines of, why is this news and why should I care?
Like, honestly, he shouldn't be in the news. He should be in a fucking psych ward far away from people.
There's backlash that used to happen. And I'm talking from me being old, getting there old. There was backlash in the 90s when people did dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it was somewhat coherent. Like, nobody was like, cancel him, cancel him, cancel him. No, we'd be more likely to walk up, maybe punch you in the face or call you a jackass. We weren't going out
that too when I was a kid.
We weren't out to ruin fucking lives. And people like the news do it, and you want to know why? People's like, they're not in it for the revenue, they're in it for the agenda. They're in it for both, because we're still clicking on the articles, aren't we?
Yeah, and they get paid for every click.
Exactly. They're still doing it for the money. I hate to bust some people's bubbles, but these aren't advocates here. They're here to get paid, just like everybody else.
And those age stands that go, we're not doing it for the money. Really, you're the one that's spreading out in the news. So yeah, you're doing it for more money than we'll ever get.
Just saying.
Because they won't
like
talk about us telling the truth.
Oh, no. They're for victims, but they're not going to stand behind Jennifer Basumba. They're for women. I don't see their asses out there marching for the girls who were raped, sodomized, and trafficked from Circle of Hope. I don't see them out there for, Kate James. I don't see any marches out there.
They won't march for someone like me who supports JD, but
you see, man, they came after Jamie Lee Curtis. What? I'm sorry, but I kind of started laughing maniacally. I started you want to talk about a lesson in futility? She is old school. That is a tough woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's been in the business longer than AH has been alive. Does she really think she's going to give two shits about what some little girls have to come and say?
God, no.
Yeah, no. And of course, all of Jamie Lee's fans, me included, not many people really stick with the horror genre. The few that do become beloved in the community. She is one of those people. Paul doesn't even like Halloween movies, and he likes Jamie Lee. It's the principle of it.
It's not that I don't like Halloween movies, it's that I think Michael Myers is the stupidest Halloween monster movie character ever.
You're just still fixated that it's a William Shatner mask.
That too.
But yeah. I went back there and I told him, okay, Paul, we have to order popcorn because this is going to be a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told these girls too much, that they were the special little girl ever too much, and it went to their head.
Yeah, and they don't know what reality is like. If they lived a minute in my life, they'd be like, "Get me out of here!"
You want to come live paycheck to paycheck and work hell week known as an extended long ass month at fucking call center retail? Not you,
Or do
Jim,
you
but these
want,
bitches.
Or do you want to live in you can be comfortable in the way you live, but the way you live sucks because you have people coming at you every which way for different reasons, and for whatever reason they fucking want to make up in their fucking heads.
Pretty much. And we can't forget about the fact that the majority of us in our lives at some point has dealt with stalkers, Jen, as I have. Hell, even Paul back there has.
Yep.
I still have to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
A few times he's been around, he's usually able to deal with them, but 2 a.m. is usually, that's when he goes back to sleep after getting up at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So when the guy was like banging on the freaking windows, he actually stayed up, like, I believe the day in between to try and catch him.
Yep.
But yeah, these people don't live in reality. You want to talk about people? They don't work jobs. They don't live paycheck to paycheck. They like to sit there and throw around, "You're privileged, you're privileged." These girls have no idea how good they have it.
Yeah, sure, I have some advantages that other people don't, but I don't go, like,
I'm not trying to cancel anybody. I'm not even trying to cancel Ambi. She'll cancel herself. My work is done for me.
Yeah, because she'll spread the truth somehow. With all those lies that she tells, the truth kind of slips out there.
Yeah. So, and we all saw how horrifically they attacked Rihanna.
Yeah, because she decided to work with Johnny Depp, which is good on her because she's supporting the right horse.
Not to mention, they were questioning, they were questioning whether she was a real survivor or not.
We all saw the bruises.
Those are what real bruises look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that, what happened to Rihanna. And then one bastard had the balls to post that picture and say, "I'm sorry, Chris Brown. I now realize you did what you had to do," with a picture of her face with bruises on.
What?
Under her post. Hey, HP.
Hi, HP.
So, okay, so, one of the people on Twitter who's supported AH, Michelle Dauber, the Stanford professor, her brother is a registered sex offender.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
What's Dauber doing now?
Yeah.
Do I even care to know? I want to know why this person thinks they're so relevant that we all just stand on their word. I'm like, we're not AH's little girls here. We got lives, real ones.
Yeah. Like, why do you think I'm hardly ever on live streams anymore?
Well, I'm here, and I ain't scared of Dauber.
She can come at me anytime. My attorneys are just a phone call away. I don't fucking deal with these people anymore. They can't scare me. I have dealt with far bigger fish than they will ever be. I've gone up against multi-billion-dollar Autism Speaks, for God's sake. I'm not afraid of anyone.
Never said you were.
As far as Harvard, I would like to throw her alumni list at her. So you are proud to be from the same institution that produced such geniuses like
Stanford.
Matthew Israel.
Stanford.
She graduated from Stanford.
Oh, Stanford. Whatever. Still, these Ivy Leagues, they're not what they say they are. And they haven't been for years.
I mean, what college is?
Gosh. Why is it that Ivy League colleges, they always produce the dumb ones?
I mean, college in general produces the dumb ones.
You must follow our way. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. And then you have the neurotypical, yes, why won't you follow us? Because it doesn't follow logic, common sense, facts, or evidence.
They expect us to listen to someone because they graduated from Harvard. Oh, they graduated from an Ivy League school, therefore they must be right.
Yeah,
If
bullshit.
there's something wrong, we can't call them out on it because they're from frickin' Princeton or whatever.
Well, in my response to that little idiot, I said, no, you're right. Maybe I'm not an expert in this particular area. Want to know who is? My mother, who has worked in medical
She's a doctor.
centers and hospitals for over 40 years. She's a radiology technologist. She studies bones. The injuries that Heard said that she got and her appearances that coincided do not make medical sense.
She said that she was dragged across glass.
And had a rib stop done. This is what pisses my mom off. It's the rib incident. She's not a fan
Yes,
of Johnny's.
I've
She's
seen pictures
busy
of broken
standing-
ribs. I've seen pictures of broken ribs. I've seen what they look like. And you expect me to believe that they just magically went away because of a lifetime supply of Amica cream?
Yeah, my mom studies bone. She's like not even a fan of depth. She's too busy obsessing over Richard Gere. Please don't get me into that because I need brain bleach for like the last decade. But yeah,
Gosh.
that's her guy. That's her guy.
Okay. Hey.
But
Isn't
with
that open letter?
But she noticed his boots. She's like, the boots he wears all the time, if he were to stomp full force on the rib area, he would have shattered her ribs. There's no way she would have been able to move like that. She'd be lucky if she didn't have a punctured lung.
Okay. You know who, you know that open letter with all those signatures on it? No. Before you read. Guess who didn't sign it?
Who? Who?
I mean, I know a lot of
Elaine.
autism.
Oh, of course not.
I made the comment that I noticed that a lot of my groups weren't even approached, and we are made up of a whole bunch of survivors. Nothing from ASAN, nothing from the Autism Self-Advocacy Network, nothing for Disability Rights International. None of our groups were even approached. And why is that, folks? Because we smell bullshit.
Yeah. I guess Elaine really took the whole pledged her support thing to Amber pretty seriously, huh?
I think Elaine got fed up. I don't know if she was fired so much as she was just said no, and they had to spin it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was fired because Amber can afford to hire the lawyer for DreamWorks and Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Pasek, whatever his name was, and the lawyers who represented the New York freaking Times.
Hey,
Sorry. Sorry.
Hi, SB Chan. Sorry, I didn't
Hey,
catch these
SB
earlier.
Hi.
Hey, we're bitching.
Yep,
Yes, we are.
that's just- Just
So
threw
I
me
saw
those
that.
bitchin'.
And I got news this afternoon from one of the survivors fighting against Agape, too. Couple things, actually.
Oh.
One, the hearing that was supposed to take place back on November the 14th was canceled.
Yeah, I read about that.
They're infuriated. Everybody against this school is infuriated. So again, the
Me
boys
included.
still stuck there, including the ones who came forward while the DSS agents were there. They're still stuck there in that school.
My first post was to expose Agape on Instagram. That's how badly I want this school to be closed down, and I was pretty disappointed when Schmidt won the re-election.
Hey, Merrick, good
Midterms.
to see you.
America.
I was pretty pissed too, but be honest, I think I told people this on Twitter. I expected him to get it because these people out here are controlled by the mega churches. They got a stranglehold, especially in the Southwest. You got places like James River that have enormous amounts of congregants. You got there's Southern Evangelical, that's a huge conglomerate out here. Assemblies of God. All these places have all the money and all the power out here. And they pushed him to the top. And he just simply kicked the can down the road so he didn't upset his base. I'm not even surprised. And they keep telling me that Agape's got big friends. I'm guessing it's inside the mega churches. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be. They are the most powerful force out here in Missouri, bar none.
Yes,
So I'm
and the
not
shooter. Yeah, and speaking of mega churches, you know the shooter in Colorado Springs? He's
Yeah,
said to have
I saw that
ties to
earlier.
those said mega churches. And his grandfather is a Republican assemblyman.
Oh, but it gets better. Right before I started, I got something else. I'm going to show you guys this, but I'm going to find it first. Let me go to my notes. Well, not my notes, basically my Twitter feed. Yep, I'm going to have to pull myself up. Hold on. I do not have an editing button. That'd be cool if we had one on live. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to do a share screen. Again. All right. And this is what I'm getting from one of the people that really follow the case, one of the local reporters. Children's minister, apparently former resident at Agape boarding school in Missouri. So, one of the staff. Arrested on 215 counts of child sex abuse media possession.
Finally, some progress.
Oh, but we're supposed to trust the experts and trust the news, right? Sorry to hear that, Aspie Chan. I hope you get to feeling better. But yeah, that came out like not long before, right before I started streaming. Like I was eating my rice, beans, and pork before I came on here, and I was scrolling in my phone like I usually do. And yeah.
I mean, Yeah. Gosh, this stream is so. Yeah, I mean, it's so comforting. I can just vent away, and because I've been on Twitter and it's ground zero in there because what what's Elon's endgame?
Oh, Twitter is a cesspool. Major
I mean,
rate
need Trump back on.
I mean, there's sub communities for a reason. I didn't even venture out into regular Twitter until this case with JD versus AH. I stayed inside disability Twitter and autistic Twitter. I was in the actually autistic side of Twitter and disability rights, all of that. And I stayed firmly over there for this exact reason, because it's a cesspool full of little girls with no life experience who think we should defend someone because they're pretty when they're not even actually that pretty.
Like,
I'm talking about AH, by the way.
who
Okay.
is she
Sorry.
to them to defend so vehemently? What has
Literally
she ever
saying,
done for
even
them?
if she did beat him up, why can't you just suck it up and protect her? Because I'm not a psychopath. Because I have an actual heart inside my chest.
And I
Because
use logic and common sense. And I value facts and evidence over opinions.
I value actual advocacy as opposed to
Performance
I made a
advocacy.
thread on Twitter.
I mean, listening to the media bias, I mean, when they cover this case, why
Every
cover it
time-
at all?
Hell,
They
every
just-
time I hear "Okay, Boomer," I would be like, "Really?" Because you want to know what their advocacy looked like? They went toe to toe with freaking SWAT and army people with
They
guns.
marched to the streets with signs, while these new kids hide behind their cell phones.
They were tear gassed. They were attacked. They were beat down with batons. My God, look what happened at Kent State. Yes, boys and girls who are young, Ohio wasn't just a song. That's what these boomers went up against.
Mhm.
And they just like, okay, boomer, I'm a real activist. You're going to tell them that. Really?
Really? Oh, really?
Oh,
Real
really? They're
activists
real
that hides
activists?
behind their cell phone and their keyboard and just tweets out insults on Twitter to people they don't like.
And then-
How noble!
Tiffany,
Then
do you
there's
mind
her
if I
grand-
lower my Tiffany,
Go
do you mind if I lower my camera just to show how much of an activist they're not?
Go for it.
A ribcage should not peek out like that. They are not an activist. I tried my hardest, and I still got the crap beat out of me.
Wait, what happened?
Rib cage.
Oh,
On both sides.
yikes. Who did that?
Many people.
When was this?
Years ago.
Okay.
Yep. I've got
You're a real activist.
bars on places that is not good for public consumption because of what I went through in my childhood. Then those two fucking narcissist guys. I've had people threaten me, threaten my family, show up at my door. Agape
Threaten
showed
my
up at my
friends.
door.
And I was in the Navy too, so they want to try me. I've been through it all.
And my brother feels you on
And you're a
that one.
queen, Jenny.
He
You're a
mainly
queen for that.
he campaigns for homeless and suicidal soldiers. Has since he got out of the army after the massacre at Fort Hood, where he watched his friends get shot down and die. These little girls don't know the first thing about that. Don't get me started when they say, Age is a real hero, not like those veterans. I will come through the screen.
Really? What was the last parade she marched in, or where was the last place that she went to, and what was the last sign for social justice she held?
That wasn't a photo op.
No. All her activist photos, she looks good in all of them. Activists, they don't care about looking good. They care about making a difference. You want to talk about a real activist? Talk about Jane Fonda or Leonardo DiCaprio. Those are real activists.
Or Jennifer Masamba.
And Jennifer Masamba.
My God, we've got quite a few freaking autistic. Her real
And
name
Greta
is Linda
Thunberg.
Brown.
She's autistic. She's an activist.
Ari Neiman, he runs ASAN.
Yes.
And
Greta
Kim
Thunberg,
Pike,
who is one
the
of
guy
us.
that they based Rain Man off of incorrectly.
Asmi-chan just sent age stands malware.
Oh, are you guys frozen? Oh, there you are. And then you have Adapt. None of her stands. Adapt has, you want to know how you got ramps on buses? Adapt formed in the 60s and 70s. They laid down in front of buses to get those ramps. They would chain themselves to the little rails on stairs so that they could get the ramps for wheelchairs. And when I talk about they showed up for what the Judge Rotenberg kids, I mean, they took over the speaker system of the entire city of Canton. And on megaphones played the screams of Andre McCollins and used megaphones just talking out in the general public. Their police came, of course, and started arresting them. They call it civil disobedience.
Guess who's friends with Johnny Depp?
Who?
Paul frickin' McCartney, who spoke out against the Vietnam War.
Oh yeah.
Was an activist.
Yep. And he had the exact same situation with Heather Mills.
Or dare I bring up Elton John? Because
That is my
Johnny
boy.
gets-
And
Sober.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Michael Jackson. Talk about another guy who was wrongfully accused. I've done the deep dive on that shit. The way they did him.
Oh, they still do him dirty.
And Killer Mike. He's another one of Johnny's friends who spoke out for racial equality.
Thank you, Merrick. Yeah, he knows a little bit about it. The guys have balls. I fucking wish we had such protesters. That's some warrior energy. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Good, I'm glad you do. People need to know what happened there.
Yeah, they won't release the full video, but I can only find that clip. But that clip, that should be enough. Why aren't we talking about that they are still doing it in the JRC?
Oh no, but apparently Kanye's more important. Or
Why aren't we
H is.
talking?
Go ahead,
Well,
Jen.
because
Why aren't we
I
talking
guess-
about what's going on in Ontario? Because no one gives a shit about that.
I've been getting snippets from some of the disabled people who call in from Canada. Like they'll call in and basically it's because Assembly is not popping up for them on their phones. And these are disabled people. They're getting what little they can, trying to get whatever breaks or promo codes they can.
Guess it's because some idiots, some ridiculously stupid idiots feel the need to follow through on Kanye's anti-Semitic comments and send messages, post messages on the freeway in Los Angeles where they're videotaped for the whole world to see that they're anti-Semitic and do Nazi salutes and scare people. I guess that's the case. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But and also there's also rise in anti-Semitism, but is that the only story you can cover, MSN? There's other stories you are ignoring.
There's other stories. Like they covered Andre McCollins in 2012. It went viral at the time. Anonymous even got involved. But people don't seem to realize the story doesn't end at 2012. There's still literally generations of kids now who've been through that hellhole since then. We got like 5 minutes. 5 minutes of time and coverage on that. Then everybody suddenly disappeared.
Yeah. We deserve more than 5 minutes.
And why is nobody talking about the kids? Because I was going through this on my video I put out today. They talked about how the majority of our kids aren't even on the device, but I find it interesting. The survivors who have been able to come out, every last one of them is a person of color.
Yes, this should be a major talking point.
Like,
Where's Joy Reid when you need her?
Andre McCollins.
She would eat this story for breakfast.
Like Andre McCollins, Black. Jennifer Masamba, Black and Hawaiian.
Yes.
Tori Amos, Latino. Linda Cornelison, who they murdered, Latino.
Yes, Joy Reid would eat this story for breakfast. She'd make sure people would never stop talking about it until that place was closed.
But yeah, no. Instead, we must.
You're right, Aspie Chan. The government isn't who the JRC needs to fear. They need to fear us. Absolutely right, Aspie Chan.
I used to want revenge. I was a very dark, vindictive little creature. I still am in a lot of ways. I want justice. I want that place closed down. I want the perpetrators behind bars where the hell they
Glenda
belong.
Crooks, Matthew Israel.
And I want to have them at least tried for involuntary manslaughter for the 6 dead who've never seen any justice. Imagine those parents. Can you imagine that? They used the death of their daughter to continue the abuse of children forever afterwards.
Can you imagine how Cheryl McCollins felt when she heard that Andre had been shocked. How many times was it?
31.
31 times over not putting on his jacket?
It was. I've played that video on here a few times,
Yeah.
both for
I've seen
Ginny and for Chloe whenever she can come on here. It's hard for them to watch. It's hard for me to watch, even
It's
though
hard
I've
for me to
seen it
watch,
a lot of times.
but we have to.
We got
We owe it to ourselves too. Otherwise, what are we doing?
I have a job. Thank you very much.
Brainwash politics are for kids. When are you going to get a job or a decent drug addiction like adults? What? Is this a troll?
It's looking like.
You want me to go in there and block them?
Yeah. Go
Why don't you
ahead.
tell us what your job is, IDM7.
My job is I work for Wayfair, call center sales. Try living my life for a day. Go ahead. I'll wait.
I don't see them. Did you already block them?
Not yet, but I'll get it.
I think someone else
Let's see what
blocked
he
them.
has to say first. No, I want to see what he has to say.
No, I don't. I don't care.
Okay.
I deal with enough trolls in my day-to-day job. This is our let loose stream, so
Yeah, I just grabbed my phone and I
Good.
took a look and I didn't see them in there at all. So I was like, okay, where are they?
yeah. Yeah, after
But the-
that post, I'm literally done. After they come after me,
Okay.
they
If
want
you
to try to go against my cred, my advocacy, to get me to throw one of my own under the bus for a reporter who told me what happens at the Sea is good to boot. Yeah.
If you don't like what we're talking about, get the fuck out. Okay? This is for you, okay? You don't have to watch. Nobody said you had to watch, okay? Nobody forced you to watch us.
Okay, Aspie Chan, I like this shoe. I just wanted to mention I like this shoe.
Thanks,
What? You
Aspie
like
Chan.
this shoe too, Mr. Kitty? Sorry, I heard a meow. Sometimes, folks, whoever watches this after it records, he has commentary.
Gosh. The fact that there are people who are brave enough to post this, knowing that they can just, click out. The fact that they feel the need to attack us.
I don't think they feel the need. I think troller's going to troll. Some people are bored with no lives, no jobs, with more money than sense, and they will come in here and troll. They don't really feel one way or the other. They just want to be that asshole.
It's one of the drawbacks of the
I mean, you're not
internet.
wrong.
American something say. JRC and everybody who helped them should get the old school Eastern Black treatment. Of course, we can be creative, but Eastern Black is a good framework for
Eastern
their.
Bloc.
Mhm.
Maybe they should be forced to wear those devices just to see how it feels to be electrocuted 31 times. Christopher
Don't forget
Hirsch,
about the two boys who were woken up in the middle of the night and shocked 71 times each in
don't forget
2000.
Christopher Hirsch, who was shocked so badly the skin was burnt off his feet. He was in the JRC.
Those two boys there, second-degree burns.
Mm-hmm.
6
I
kids
wonder-
dead. But oh no, Abby.
You wonder why Isabel Centennial and Jackie Molina escaped from that place. They called a friend, and who was a former patient, and they got the hell out of GRC.
Most of them tried to escape. Like you heard, Jennifer Masumba has her own channel. I'm sure you know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I've
she
seen
talked
her.
about when she
Yeah.
ran out of there like a bat out of hell. Yeah, 71 times, Sean B. I've actually gone over it on one of my videos in the channel. It was a particular incident. It was one that Matthew Israel got caught with his hand in the cookie jar with. It was an incident where a former JRC person prank called as a quote-unquote supervisor,
Gosh.
forced them to wake up 2 students in the middle of the night, put them on the shock device on the 4-point board, face down with helmets, and shocked them over 71 times, even though there was no recorded so-called behaviors that day.
Yeah, doesn't Matthew, I have to say this, doesn't Matthew Israel remind you of Dr. Brenner from Stranger Things? In a way?
All I know is, with that particular case, when the court demanded the evidence to surveillance from that particular case, Dr. Israel ordered to have those tapes destroyed and got caught. That is why he's no longer allowed to be the head of the JRC.
Yeah.
And his little acolyte, Glinda, took over.
Yes, I remember the Massachusetts Attorney General subpoenaed for those tapes in their investigation, and he ordered them destroyed, and he got caught, and yes, I mean, in a way, for some reason, I don't know why, but whenever I think of Matthew Israel, I think of Dr. Brenner from Stranger Things. Is that weird?
When I think of Matthew Israel, I think of Yosef Mengele.
What?
Yosef Mengele. He was also known as the Angel of Death. He was the head doctor at Auschwitz.
Mm-hmm.
He performed horrific experiments, particularly on people with autism. It's not very well known, but it's known in our community. One of his assistants, this is why we don't like the term Asperger's anymore, was Hans Asperger. So he reminds me of Yosef Mengele.
Okay.
I mean, that's great, right? When your legacy is you get compared with one of the biggest, most horrific monsters of history and medical science. And I'm not the only one who made that comparison. But anyways, we've kind of gone into a dark subject, folks. Usually we try to keep up the humor, but most of us, we're just angry, we're pissed, we've had enough.
Yes. Mm.
Oh, I've been pissed this entire time, so.
You got the shit going on in Ontario, taking away from, they don't have funding anymore for services. We barely have any left.
Oh, they have the funding. They just took it away from the people that need it because they don't give a shit.
They repurpose the money, as they like to politically say.
Oh, we repurpose it for the roads and the railroad and the trains. Like, go fuck yourselves.
They repurpose that shit all the time, but you don't really need it. You can read. Fucker, do you know how hard it is for my autistic ass to mask 24/7? That's why I'm dreading this 12-hour thing, because I'm going to have to mask over the phones for a solid 12 hours with only one break long enough for me to actually eat.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know how hard it is
Hey,
for me to
did you hear
mask
about
anymore?
what happened in Jersey City?
Go ahead. She started talking first. Go ahead, Jen.
I'm sorry.
Do you even know how hard it is for me to mask anymore? Like, I can't do it anymore.
I get you.
Like, can people just, like, you know, like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know, but I sympathize.
Yeah.
When AH stands go, oh, these people, like, you don't know what it's like.
Like, and they at least they finally acknowledged that I'm not one of his stans, and some of those fans get particularly creepy. Particularly creepy. I'm going to marry him. He doesn't need another psycho like that in his life. I think he's scared off from all the crazy ones.
He's not even dating anyone because he's that scared of dating people. I mean, I don't blame him, but, like, still.
Maybe he wants to just fucking heal.
Yeah.
And by the way, being single is by far underrated. There are a lot of perks. Everybody's like, but isn't it lonely? Get a cat or a dog. You know?
Or a family of dogs.
Just saying.
Or dye your hair, because I dyed my hair on Wednesday. Haha.
I'm just saying.
You can see it.
You don't have to be with somebody. I don't understand this generation. On one hand, hate all men. On the other hand, oh, and who are you with? Nobody will date you. I'm like, yeah, I can't walk down the street without being whistled at, okay? Clearly
I'm
getting...
not going to name who I'm with, but whoever knows, they know.
Hey, this will make your blood boil. Okay, so in Brownsville, a woman was issued an arrest warrant for failing to report the murder of her autistic son.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might. Oh, and speaking of things kind of unrelated but related that pissed me off, Casey Anthony getting a fucking documentary.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
Is this like the century for just fawning over abusers? Is this who we are now?
No. This is a century for... It doesn't care what they did. I mean, if she's no offense, but if she's a woman, but then it's okay. But I mean, why don't they just go ahead and give OJ a shell while we're at it? Okay, he's already he already started his own Twitter account.
It's ridiculous.
How about make things fair, huh? Give OJ a shell. Better yet, how about we let these people just fade into obscurity? They deserve no recognition. They deserve to die in anonymity. They're victims. Ron Goldman, Nicole Simpson, and Kaylee, the daughter, are the ones who deserve to be remembered.
Yeah, by the way, us in the autistic community, speaking of Bambi, we're waiting for a movie to come out. Because do not think for a second that we are going to let that slide. Did we let Sia slide? Yes, I know. She supported JD. Good for her. She still made that fucking horrendous movie.
Yeah, I know.
too far with the Hey, Aspie Chan.
Hi.
Hi, Aspie.
Hello.
Hi, Rose.
Yeah, we came out in force against that bitch. And then she had the balls to tell an autistic actor, maybe you're just not a good enough actor.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I mean,
we keep receipts.
this is. I mean, yeah, maybe on the spectrum, but she really let us all in the autistic community. She let us all down when she made that movie, and I used to be a fan, and I was so disappointed in her.
And then Ambi thinks she's going to do a movie where our diagnosis gets compared to demon possession. And she's going to swoop in and save us and cure us. Please, I'd rather be shot.
Yep. Same here, Tiffany.
I'll
rather
take the
be shot.
demon. I'll take demon possession over AH. Over. Oh, please.
What do I always say? But your behaviors, and well, maybe if you stop trying to hammer a square peg into a round hole,
We wouldn't have the behaviors,
we
right?
wouldn't have to have this conversation over and
I'll
over.
take being possessed by a demon over being cured by that demon any day.
Yeah, no. At that point, if it's between Satan and AH, Satan's going to start looking pretty good.
Yep.
You're like,
'Cause
you know
it
what?
just-
Fuck it. Just saying.
Anyways, good to put a face to the name. Hi, Aspie Chan.
Hello. How are
Yeah,
you?
he can.
Good.
Oh, hey, Rose. It's good to see you.
Hey, Connie.
Good to
Hey,
see you.
Tiffany,
Hmm.
do you ever get mice or anything in your house?
A live stream?
No, I said, do you ever get mice in your house?
Mice.
No mice. I don't get any
No.
mice in this apartment. I get freaking jumping spiders, though.
Oh, you should put out a sticky trap for those.
Yeah, I do.
That way you won't have the spiders anywhere.
Yeah, they come in during the winter.
Oh, and
Yeah.
hey, you would need to hear this. There's a rumor going around. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but be on the lookout for this. Tiffany, that 30 of the organizations that signed that letter, they're lawyering up, and they're saying that 10 of the organizations that signed the open letter for A didn't even sign it at all.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
And
That
it
usually happens.
amused the hell out of me that, ASAN never signed it. None of our disability rights groups, and a good majority of us have been abused or traumatized, if not in the home, then by the school systems or by God. There's people. We're shot
I
by
can
the
confirm that.
see here. We are shot by the police, improper restraint, we're asphyxiated. There's all kinds of shit between us and law enforcement.
I don't have no problem with law enforcement. My dad's a cop, actually.
My
Yes.
dad-
School system treated me like shit.
Yeah, my dad was one out in Pierce City years and years ago, but he had to fight the good old boys. But that's Missouri for you. I wouldn't be here if I had the money to get out.
I can get you the money to get out, probably.
It would be nice, because now my governor has complete control of the National Guard.
That's not good.
Yeah, the National Guard out here in Missouri, it's a setup for something just ate up with stupid to happen.
Yeah, it's basically, no offense, Tiffany, but the National Guard in Missouri is basically complicit in child sex trafficking.
There's a lot going on there. It's a hell of a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole just as dark as the JRCs. And it's the same shit. They got connections in government. They got connections with the cops. They've got connections with the police and
But
the
guess what?
state and the
Guess
mega.
what? Some of us got those connections too. That's what they don't realize.
That's why I'm not shut down yet, because of who my uncle is. If I didn't have who my uncle was,
Who is your
I'm
uncle?
light compared to what some of the survivors get. That's why I try to use my channel and show, with their permission, what little clips they should choose to share with me, so that
Who is
their
your uncle?
voices go out.
Tiffany? Who's your uncle?
My uncle is Wayne Lewis.
Wayne Lewis.
He used to own Premier Auto Outlet, and he did those horrific commercials that will live in infamy in my head forever. Buy a truck, get a gun. He did it as a joke to show how lax gun laws were. And it completely
I buy a
backfired.
truck from them.
Yeah, it completely backfired, and all the rednecks every hunting season
Would buy a truck.
it's like it made him a lot of money, but even he's like, okay, I think I may have done something really bad.
Yeah, because critical thinking is,
Depending on
something
who
that,
bought trucks from,
you
yeah,
know.
you may have. Right?
Okay, Merrick, so the letter we're talking about was a letter written in defense of Miss Amby. Or AH. You know, the one who horrifically abused JD or Johnny. And they signed on her behalf the harassment she has faced. When did uttering facts become harassment? But wait, isn't that why many autistics and ADHDers and any of us neurodiverse are called rude? Isn't that kind of what that's our thing?
Yep. We're known for not saying no bullshit, just spitting the facts. You know?
Oh, I got an update on Johnny, actually. That's
Oh, what's
kind of
happening?
in like a little hidden corner. So you know the band Hollywood Vampires, right? And you know the guitar player
they're going on
Tommy
tour, right?
Henderson. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're jumping way too many loops here. I'm going on a certain type of tangent.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So there's Tommy Henderson. He's making his own album, right? And
Yes,
Johnny
I-
recorded this for one of the characters. Ready for this? Wait, I have to screen share, so give me a second. I have to put this on. Pause. Screen share.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm not doing this right. Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
This. Chrome. This. This. Okay.
All right, let's see it.
Ready?
Yep.
Never find me, for I am the frequency you see. Scully, you will never find me, for I am the frequency you see.
Wait, Johnny
Interesting.
Depp voiced that?
Yep.
I like to see it.
And Tommy Henderson is making a movie out of all this, as well as making a comic book and an album out of all this nonsense.
Nice. I like seeing my own kind thrive. It gives me joy. No, if Anthony Hopkins can come up with something new here pretty quick, that'd be even better.
I think I pay attention to everything going on here because I just go, zop.
No, I follow these people, so if something new comes up, I'm going to know about it.
But did you know about that?
I did know. I just didn't have the chance to listen to it because I was on back stupid calls. I see that it says out of stock, but does that mean I can't buy it? Back to back.
That's silly.
Yes, it's
I've
gone.
gotten similar stuff at work too, where customers had asked for truss to be built with plates that we didn't fucking have. They didn't exist, and they'd actually complain, and we used the next size up because that was all we had. And then I was getting yelled at. Yeah, there's a lot of BS.
Yeah, people aren't the brightest, especially neurotypicals during shopping season. I want to know why I can't use this promo code. It says right on the coupon that it's for first-time customers. No, it doesn't. Read the back. I read the back. I should still get it. I'm a good customer. You get the same price as
Oh,
everything else.
man. Yeah, customers can be quite annoying.
No, thankfully, Connie, I do not have to work Thanksgiving. I just have to work a 12-hour shift on Black Friday and do a freaking 10-hour shift on the following Saturday. Please kill me. Somebody shoot me in the head before I have to do this so I can at least be I don't want to die. I just want to be in a hospital bed somewhere. So I can say, I'm sorry, I can't do Black Friday. I'm in a hospital bed. Can't help you.
So,
That's when you just take a bunch of laxatives and then call off sick from work.
Tiffany, any thoughts on Lily Rose Depp's Nepo baby comments?
I'm sorry, but a good lot of Hollywood royalty are kids of Hollywood royalty. Jamie Lee Curtis, look at her two parents. My God. Look
Gwyneth
at Carrie
Paltrow.
Fisher. Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia herself. Also, two famous parents, two Hollywood royalty.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie.
All these people, kids from celebrities. And they have their
Kaia
own
Gerber.
difficulties. Sure, they're not freaking scrubbing it down the subway. But have these kids ever known what it's like to have an over-imposing adult relative that you have to basically claw and pull yourself out from underneath their shadow? Yeah. That's its own problems. That's its own difficulty. They would just like not to be associated with their parents for the rest of their lives when they're doing their own work. That's not saying I don't acknowledge my privilege. It's saying I don't want to be identified by my parents for the rest of my life. It's very simple.
And yet some people misconstrue it as not identifying with their privilege. I mean, basically what Gwyneth Paltrow, I mean, she should just keep her mouth shut. I mean, she basically said the same thing, but she basically said Nepo babies have to work twice as hard as regular people. She actually said that.
In their own way, it's yes and no, though. It's yes and no. In a way, if you got a famous relative, you do have to work twice as hard as everybody else because you're not just working to start your career. You're having to climb out of somebody else's shadow.
Merrick Liska is asking if I was on some platform because my face sounds familiar to them, and I'm not sure. Maybe it's
Hey,
maybe it's
Tiffany.
from the time. Maybe it's from the last time I was
What kind of
on.
vape you got there?
This is an Enjoy. It's a cheap little
An
$5
Enjoy?
thing. But I
I
like
don't
it.
know, Merrick. Maybe
I've got
it's-
the Mr. Fog Switch. It's a 5,550 puff disposable.
maybe, Merrick. Maybe it's from the last time I was on here, or I'm not really sure.
He was on last time. Been
Or
on the
time
last couple.
Actually, I wasn't on last time. I was on the time before that.
I can't remember like my own name after this week.
Whew.
I just want to
Oh.
ask, who am I and where's my horse?
Hey, Tiffany.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you don't want to work Black Friday, you could actually copy that malware in that video and use that on your computer and say, I can't work Black Friday. My computer has a virus. That'd be pretty funny, right?
Oh, but they would know because I have to use their VPN to log in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. They can remote in. Even when I'm not on the VPN, they can remote in. I know because I've had to talk to tech support.
That'd be even worse if you left that on your desktop and they remoted in and they accidentally kept a copy of that. That would not be good, right? If they got
Merrick-
a copy of that virus.
Yeah, Merrick said that you just have similar features as his friend.
Oh, well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, Merrick.
And then there's me. I just resemble my mother, and probably when I'm her age, I'm going to be just as angry. Poor woman. She puts up with more stupid people than I do. But like a bunch of little girls, little AHs will come into the ER. See this red spot? He hit me. I can see how your hand hit your face. But you're not a nurse. I've worked in medical centers longer than you've been alive. Are you refusing to fill out this report from the cops? I'm refusing to lie. Yeah, poor mom.
Gosh, I feel bad for those cops that showed up at the penthouses that night.
Oh, for
Oh,
JD.
shit.
I feel sorry for all of them. First off, the fact that it took me as long as it did to get the rest of the people to realize, do you realize they're attacking him not just because he's a man? They're attacking him because he's one of us. And this is what they always do to us. You're all just seeing it for the first time. This
Yeah.
is what they call all of us. We've all heard it in one form or another at some point.
Yeah.
But then Jen tried to point it out too, and it was one of those times when I was on the phone while the court case was playing behind me, I couldn't say anything.
Mhm.
And we tried to draw their attention to it, and right after lunch, I believe I jumped in like, no, she's right. This is what he's doing it was about him stumble talking and stimming.
Yeah. And they were trying to gaslight me into believing not that. I was like, what the fuck?
And I'm like, no, she's right. It's a stim. We vocal stim and we physical stim, particularly when we're talking about something incredibly difficult.
Speaking how all of us are attacked, and you know Steph the altar nerd?
Mhm.
She was attacked viciously just for having an opinion on Kanye. I know I said I didn't want to bring him up again, but when you mentioned how we're always attacked, I had to bring this up. She was attacked viciously, more than anyone else.
Yeah, a lot of people were attacked for supporting the guy. And I think they finally got the memo that I'm not some star-crazed psychotic fan. And it's a bigger purpose behind
when
it.
when the allegations first came out, I believed her, okay? Then I saw the evidence. Then I changed my mind.
I'll tell you why I
Logic?
didn't believe or disbelieve her.
Conclusion.
First off, as you all know, I know two of the people who worked with him on Pirates. Professional stunt man and woman, man and wife. And they were also people who helped with some of the rigging of the Black Pearl. The gentleman, his name is Jackson Bolt, taught a lot of the extras and some of the actors how to sword fight. They're kind of one of those people that are famous amongst famous people, but not so much the rest of the world. And they knew the man personally. They also knew the groomers and
I'm
people
sorry, SB-chan.
who knew AH. And they came over in 2016 when the TRL post went out. And the female started just going on a tear about this person. I had never heard of AH in my life at that point. I didn't know why I was supposed to care. And said so out loud. Because I'm past caring about people's feelings. But yeah, so personal view, okay, I took it into account, but I was going to hold myself back, and the reason why was my ex didn't attack everyone. He had a special target, which was his sister, and only when I tried to get in between the two of them did anything ever happen to me. So I've seen that person have that one target. So I wanted to wait and hear the evidence. But I didn't let what happened, blind me to his side. I just saw the possibility. And then I saw the evidence. And I'm always going to side with evidence.
Yes, which is why I'm on the fence about Marilyn Manson. I mean, I don't know much about the case, okay? So I'll just wait for the evidence and wait for the proof if he's...
If you watch... Have you watched any of Colonel Kuntz or Talk to Jenny? They know a great deal about it.
I'll look. I'll do so in my spare time. I mean, I am a very busy person.
Oh, no, I get it. Believe me, I get it. But I catch it when I
have time to look into it. I've also been really busy with that scumbag Alex Jones.
I also know the history behind Manson. They've been trying to cancel his ass since the 90s. Viciously so. The crowds, the mega churches, they line up at his shows. They did it out here to Shrine Mosque. Again, I don't care if I dox myself. Look up Shrine Mosque. Try me. But anyways, he was out at the Shrine Mosque, and all the mega churches in the area had their little protesting Christians, and they took up the entirety of downtown.
I remember you told me this story.
Yeah, I couldn't even get home. I just wanted to go home.
You got stuck.
I had to work 13 hours.
You had to walk home all the way.
No, I eventually was able to take a cab. No, I took a cab after getting pissed off enough that I just went over to the Irish pub and got drunk. Called a cab. It was probably about around midnight. But yeah, I needed to calm down or there was going to be an autistic meltdown from hell. So I'm like, okay, obviously I need to drown this in alcohol now.
Yeah, can I just say a few things about the Manson thing?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Evan Rachel Wood didn't come out with these stupid allegations until she started dating Ilma Gore. Ilma Gore has a history of hacking people and pretending to be people just to scam people.
Who? Who is
Oh,
this?
I
Gore.
mean,
Elmer Gore.
Elma Gore is so she's the real bad guy, or
Yes.
She created a fake FBI letter.
That's not good.
so
They created a fake FBI
Don't-
letter, fake FBI investigation that never happened. Like,
They
this
can get in a lot
entire
of
thing
trouble
is
for that.
based off of fraud bullshit.
So Evan Rachel Wood is basically being coerced.
And she also was going into court, into the government, going, "Hey, I was raped, but you weren't, because the day that you're saying that you were raped was the day that he was with his now wife, Lindsay."
Receipts,
because
they're a beautiful thing.
you know, well,
You see
I'll
how it's
look
all
in-
just bullshit?
yes,
It
yeah,
really is. And
I
it's
mean-
nothing new. Not with him.
I'll look into that. I mean, it is sad if it's true because I really did like Evan Rachel Wood as her in her performance as Madonna in the Weird Al movie.
Watch the freaking what's that fucking documentary called? Phoenix Rising. It'll show you how much of a farce this is.
By the way, I think the only time you can really see beyond the mask that Manson creates for his stage persona was in that documentary Bowling for Columbine many years ago. When he finally talked for the first time about them trying to pin that horrific shit on him. And
Quick
yeah,
question. So Manson never said anti-Semitic things, or did Evan Rachel Wood make that up?
Oh, she made that up.
Because
made up
she's
everything.
Jewish.
She made up everything. She made up all these fucking lies.
I'll look into it.
and also she tries to mirror his persona is meant to be a mirror of society itself.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Maybe it's because my dad was a theater dick and I had it drilled into me from the time I was like 5, but
There's a reason why he uses Marilyn Manson. Because Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson.
Yeah, he's been open about that.
Yes. It's not
He's a
because
mirror.
he's being the devil of himself. No, it's because he's spinning what the world's represent people.
being
He's pretty
its
bad.
dark mirror image.
I mean, he did have balls. I mean, he to confront Bill O'Reilly, who was very critical of him, and appear on his show where
Mhm.
he was offered a conflicting opinion with Bill O'Reilly, telling him, what you're doing is, blah 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 blah, and Manson was. I did think it was cool the way he conducted himself, where he basically told Bill O'Reilly to his face that you're entitled to your opinion and I respect you for challenging me. I did think that was cool.
What he said during that Columbine documentary, to me, shows me the person behind the mask. I think for one thing, it kind of, what happened there broke his heart like it did for the rest of us. And then to have that horrific shit blamed on him because he sings heavy metal.
And wait, let me just show you another thing, HP, that will really make you go, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since we're talking about it here.
Here you go.
And I did hold back HP until I reviewed the evidence, but that shit was pretty damning.
Yeah, that's
There's
why
Age and Evan Rachel Wood. They're best friends.
she has denied that they were friends.
No, they are friends.
Of course
They're both
she
liars.
would. Right now, AH is persona non grata. They don't want her to tarnish them. They want to say, she may be a liar, but I'm not. That's the
And then
part.
Manson was also there during the Thanksgiving dinner that H claims that there was an incident, and he recorded the entire thing where there was no incident, but you could see AH hurting Rocky.
Yeah, and David Hurd and Jack.
We're
John's
playing
son.
around.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah. So it's all just bullshit.
They're coming out against people that are,
In
Different.
support of Johnny.
I'll
or just different in general. Let's be honest here.
keep an open mind and I'll look into it.
It's been
Because-
suspected by some of us that Vincent is one of us, one of the neurodiverse for quite a while. Like, God, since I was in my 20s, that's been speculated on.
I can see a bit of ADD tendencies there. What do you think?
I thought similar. I did think similar. And all of us know how to mask. He just created a terrific one.
Yeah, he did.
Like, it's
It's an art piece what he did. That's an art piece.
And Cher is also one of us, right?
Cher.
Yeah.
It's
No.
possible. Maybe. But it might be one. It may not be autism or ADHD though. We got a few more in the
Dyslexia.
neurodiverse. Just that.
Dyslexia.
Yeah, dyscalculia.
Okay, I can see that.
Because she writes in emojis and she misspells words. She's been open about her dyslexia.
Yeah, that's and dyslexia is neurodiverse.
Yeah.
So she is one of us.
And who do they pick on?
People with neurodiversity.
I mean, she's the only one that she's among the only one of us that hasn't been picked on. And everyone loves Cher.
Give her time. They came after Jamie Lee, and everybody loves Jamie Lee Curtis.
And let me show
Give
you
them
another
time.
thing. HP, let me show you another thing.
Yes.
Among the one of us that people haven't tried to tear down. So be hopeful, all of you. Every single one of you.
I'll be hopeful when JRC is burned to the ground.
Yes.
Yep.
And
I try not to be that person, but with a place that provably evil.
There's nothing else we can do for it. You got to get rid of it somehow. Demolish it,
They
right?
say fire purges, right?
Yep.
oh boy, I can't wait to hit the red button and blow that place to kingdom come. For
We'll put
what
a gap
they've
there.
done.
And apparently there's a new one out in Minnesota at Kunuk. I believe the school is called Kunuk. I haven't got the deep dive into it yet.
I'll look
But
into that.
But apparently Agape has opened a can of worms.
I'm going to try to mess up their website if they do have a place in Minnesota.
Jenny's got something here. Oh my gosh. I love this photo. And I love this photo because Manson has such a massive what the fuck look on his face.
That's AH standing beside IO. They were plotting something while Johnny was on stage.
But look at
And
his
AH
face.
knew Manson was behind her.
I mean, the dude's look on his face. Is it just me?
And then you have Evan Rachel Wood and AH being friends. And you have Evan Rachel Wood dating Elmer McGorr. Do you follow the trail I'm talking about here? It's all just being the bullshit.
Right. I know where you're going with this. It's just with the his face says a thousand things. I not necessarily all that great with body language, but even I can read that look.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck are you up to, you fucking crazy bitch?
What the actual fuck am I seeing right now? And by the way, if Manson is giving you that look, if Manson of all people is giving you the what the fuck look, you need to reevaluate some life choices.
I know, right? Like, holy shit.
That'd be like Ozzy Osbourne telling you, you need to calm down.
Is there any chance Prince was neurodiverse? I mean, I've seen, you know, the way he's
Ozzy is Ozzy.
Or is he just...
That dude has been on more drugs than I will probably know even exist.
Or is he just, you know, trying to be, you know...
I'm not saying he's a horrible addict, obviously. I have sympathy for addicts. It's just, Ozzy is Ozzy.
Oh, and then there's also recordings of Everett Wood in interviews going, oh, Manson's boring in bed. All he does is missionary. And now all of a sudden she's going, oh, he's into BDSM. Like, what?
So which one is it? Wait, I don't want to know because this should have never been made public.
Wait, was Prince neurodiverse?
Oh shit, Rose says, JRC makes me concerned for our clients who have nowhere to go since we've been downsized. Oh shit, they swoop in on that kind of shit. Warn people, for the love of God, warn people. Send them that Andre McCollins video. If you don't have it, I will DM it to you, or Jenny will. One of us will DM it to you.
I can give it to you.
Look at Jennifer Masumba's YouTube channel, Rose.
Yep.
Make sure they see that video. Do not let those parents make that very bad choice.
Okay,
Don't let them get
you come
scammed.
across a couple planning to send their child to JRC, get on your knees and beg them not to.
Yes, JRC is a
Tell them.
scam. Do not send anybody there. It's a
JRC
scam.
is literal hell on earth. Think
Yep.
Provo Canyon Agape. Turnabout Ranch. Like Dr. Like what
Oh, don't
Dr.
even get me
Phil's
started
been
on
doing.
Dr. Phil.
Oh, those
He
camps
is
that have
Satan.
been exposed.
He's practically
Convo where fucking Paris Hilton went to. I saw what little she said about what happened to her there. It's
Yes,
the
Dr.
stuff
Phil
of
is a
literal
freaking
nightmares.
predator.
And I want to know why.
The nerve to give him credibility.
I want to know why the media will not go and talk to Paris Hilton when she's out there putting her ass on the line, not just against her old school, but she's shown up for Agape. She's shown up for all these other survivors. Nobody's
Bobby,
reporting.
she's a survivor of Turnabout Ranch.
But she's also a major celebrity, way bigger than AH has ever been. Why are they not going to her to report about real shit? I've had a major question about that. Go ahead, Jen.
Because they are stupid. That's all I'm saying.
I thought we were celebrity culture. She's been in the spotlight for years. Now she wants to talk about serious shit, and she's not dancing on tables anymore for you voyeur paparazzi to get pictures of. Now that she's out there doing real work, all of a sudden y'all can't show up? Just find it interesting is all. I have a hell of a lot of respect for her, and I didn't used to have it when I was younger.
Yeah. And she's even liked some of JD's Instagram posts.
Yeah, I saw that. It made me smile. So, someone who went through that shit where she went through, she knows who was abused.
Mm-hmm.
She watched what happened to Brittany with her own eyes.
Yes, and Dr. Phil tried to prey on Brittany as well. Like, just leave Brittany alone, a new message.
Yeah, Dr. Phil is a joke.
His show needs to be cancelled before he preys on any more people.
Mm-hmm.
I heard years ago where didn't someone was raped or someone died. I'm not sure.
Yep, Turnabout Ranch. Look it up. It's like Agape, JRC, and Provo Canyon. Dr. Phil, he speaks for those people. He's funded them. They torture those kids. That place needs to be shut. I don't know if it's been shut down. I'll look it up.
And while you're doing that, you want to talk about real advocacy and be stands, go take a look at what Paris Hilton's been doing for the last several years. She's been talking to some of the JRC survivors. She's been talking to Agape survivors from some of those Catholics.
There's a change.org petition to shut down Turnabout Ranch. Sign it now. Or sign it when you get time.
I believe I already have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just to bring a little bit of humor about the Manson photo. He looks like he's saying to himself, she is trouble, or stay the fuck away from me. It's a little bit of stay the fuck away from me, and what the fuck am I actually watching right now? I can feel that look. I can sympathize with that look. That must have been some creepy shit he came upon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a pretty open individual. Everyone knows that, obviously.
Tiffany, I know that that you've already seen this. I want to show these. I want to show everyone else this. So
Yeah.
How do I share my screen?
Okay, so go. I'm not sure how you do it from. All I know is down at the bottom, there should see you see a mute, stop, cam, settings. There's one that's a computer in the middle with a plus sign in it. It says present.
Mm-hmm.
Click on that.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and once you see that, you go to the one that says share screen.
I did.
And then it will have you click directly on the screen and click share. And then it will pop up here. And I will pull it up.
Okay.
Okay, I got momentarily distracted about the Danny DeVito statue. Yeah, I saw that. I think AH was somewhere up there in the so-called.
Yeah, here she is. Look at, read this.
I can't. It's too small.
You have to zoom in.
Okay,
Come on,
This is-
boys. We saved you a spot. Couple of tips. Don't let Crosby bartend and make sure you wash the sheets if Herd stays over. Oh, and no Jada jokes. Canceled.
Yeah.
Speaking of turd, let me just show you this one. Give me a second.
Okay.
1 second. Hang on. Close that. Close that.
Hey, Chairman. I saw you earlier.
Chairman.
Sorry, Kanye. I had mouse
Chairman.
problems. Okay, let's pull the screen up here.
The one on the right there, she's what, 18, 17 in that picture?
Of course.
God, I need brain bleach. My eyes. You need a warning label.
Of course.
My eyes.
Like,
Do we know that for sure? I mean,
yeah, because she admitted that she was underage when she was working for AH.
Yeah.
well, the Australian government will have to deal with her now.
Hopefully sooner
Yeah, we're still
rather
waiting
than
on
later.
that. Yeah, we're still waiting on that one.
I'm saving my first cold of the year for the moment that I know they're going to put her in the orange jumpsuit because I'm going to need all day to celebrate that shit.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had time to look into many other cases because I've been covering the Alex Jones case. I've been speaking with Tiffany about him, and yeah, he's my right whale. And yeah, get this: during the Texas trial, when Neil Heslin and Scarlett Lewis were suing him, an entire digital copy of his cell phone containing every text message he sent over the last 2 years was sent to the plaintiffs by his own attorney.
Yeah. He's not the brightest tool in the drawer, but there's been Alex Jones jokes since I was a kid.
His lawyer is the one that screwed this up. And oh my gosh, that clip where Mark Bankston just tells him that, or just calls him out on his lies.
I get you. Yeah. No, I had the same feeling, Sean. I need brain bleach.
And in Connecticut, that trial, he wasn't even present when the verdict was read, and he ended up having to pay nearly $965 million to the Newtown families. Oh, I get this. He also has to pay another $400 million in punitive damages to the families.
Yeah. Come on, you want to say hi to the peoples? You want to say hi? We going with routine. You say hi. Hi to the peoples, Mr. Brahmin Cat.
So, hi.
Hi,
So if Alex Jones can afford to fly from Connecticut to Texas in a private jet,
Yep.
he can afford to pay every cent. Alex Jones, the conspiracy theorist.
Alex Jones. I know him as the tinfoil hat man.
Yes, and the gay frogs man who thinks tap water turns
That's a
frogs
lot of money.
homosexual.
No, I have another
Who's
white
that?
whale. His name is Andrew fucking Wakefield. That guy is the one who started the whole vaccines cause autism movement. Yeah.
Give
And
me
they
an
get
address.
license, but thanks for the smallpox, fucker. We needed that back. No, don't let your kids take this shot for polio. They might get autism.
Oh,
That guy.
it's It's
Don't even
okay
get
if you die
started
of
on Jenny
COVID. You
McCarthy.
won't get autism. What a joke.
Okay, let's not talk
Whoops,
about
my
this.
alarm went off.
Okay. New
Okay,
subject.
yeah, Jenny, we will
New
stop.
subject.
Because
You
my
okay,
grandfather
Jenny?
died from COVID because my grandmother didn't let him get
I'm sorry,
vaccinated.
Hello?
Jenny. I'm sorry, Jenny. I went too far. Are you okay, Jenny?
Let's move
No,
on.
but I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. Something else.
Are you
Okay.
okay?
So-
I can just. Oh,
You know what? We've been on for about
Oh, we've
2
been on
I'm
for
hours.
so
2
sorry,
hours.
Jenny. I swear to God,
And I'm sure she's exhausted. She probably just needs a moment to herself. And I'm exhausted. I gotta rest.
Oh,
So, folks, I think it's time we're gonna go ahead and close out for the evening. I thank all you
Yeah.
guys as usual for coming on to the channel. I'll
I'm
be
sorry,
up
Jenny.
pretty
No, it's
early
okay.
in the morning doing my usual video, and we will of course see you all next Monday. As always, we all hope you have a good one. And night night, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
See ya.
No problem. Bye bye, guys.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.